What's going on, Pathways Church? I'm Jake Collins, your middle school pastor, and it's a privilege to join you this week on Daily Dose. Several years ago, I was saying good morning to a volunteer at church. I asked him how he was doing that morning. I expected a good or maybe something like tired, but his response was, "Jake, I'm too blessed to be stressed." That was my first time hearing this phrase, but I've heard it many times since. When I think of this phrase, my mind jumps to Jesus' words in Matthew 5. This section of the Sermon on the Mount is now known as the Beatitudes. These verses give us a beautiful but incredibly challenging picture of what it looks like to truly be blessed. Before we dive in, let's look at this word blessed. If you're using some translations, you might see the word happy instead. The Greek word here is Makarios. This word does mean happy at its core, but it's deeper than happiness like we usually think of it. This is happiness that isn't dependent on circumstance. It's happiness that might not make sense to others. It's a sense of peace that is only possible through God. Let's start in Matthew chapter 5, verse 3. Jesus says, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." This verse is the foundation for all of the others. The idea of poor in spirit is that we have nothing to give to God. We are spiritually empty. If we had to somehow get to God on our own, none of us would be successful. Admitting our limitation is the key first step in a walk with Jesus. It's coming to terms with the key truth that we are nothing without Him. Check out the incredible promise that Jesus makes. Theirs is the kingdom of heaven. This is one of many times where Jesus' description of the kingdom flips expectations. It's the spiritually empty who will enter it. Over and over again, we see Jesus give priority to the poor, the social outcast, the overlooked. We see people approach Jesus because they know that He alone brings hope, peace, and healing. I'm the kind of person that doesn't like asking for help or for directions. I really didn't like it when I was in school. I thought I could figure out things on my own. Over time, I learned that this was unhealthy and that growth often starts with understanding where we are weak. The same is true for our walk with God. God can and does do incredible things in the lives of people who realize how much they need Him. That's all for today. Join me back here tomorrow on Daily Dose.